Good morning, everyone. Welcome to High Vibe Mornings. This is the spiritual show that's live every weekday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, just to help you get a high vibe, get some tips, tricks, techniques, a personal message from spirit to help you get happy now, get your next step in life towards your goal, your manifestation, as well as help build a plan to enjoy the journey to get there. So I always start this show with a general message from spirit. I either do a tarot spread from spirit. I kind of let spirit guide the show, to be honest, because they're the ones that know exactly the next thing that we need. So that way, for those of you who aren't able to join live, you're able to come back and get a message in the beginning. For those of you who are able to join live, I then open it up to little mini personal reads that I do for free. Of course, $20 super chats get a little bit of a priority. And after 30 minutes, if you guys want the show to continue, I then do request $20 super chats. But the beginning is always free, just so that I could be available to help everyone. Hey, Karina. Hey, Leona. Leona, I haven't seen you the last couple mornings. And the lady who asked for fertility help a week and a half ago, I haven't seen her in a while either. Um, but thank you for coming, guys. Good morning. I appreciate you guys joining and hanging out. I can't channel without you guys here. So let's go ahead and just dive into the general, shall we? If you want to breathe with me, you can close your eyes. You can sink into your body, feeling it get heavier on whatever it is you're sitting on. Feeling your bottom make contact with the chair, and go ahead and breathe in. Breathe out. Mm. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. It's a time of transition. It's a time of transition. Some of you are getting acclimated to the higher vibes, more money, more inbound requests than you know how to manage. Some of you are in transition from some friendships winding down, some new ones winding up. Some of you are in transition of, okay, I know I don't want this anymore. I don't quite yet know what I want. But no matter what, it's being at peace and in harmony, settled in your own state of being, knowing that there's change ahead. That's it. This unsettled feeling in my body just lets me know that there's change ahead. It's like an eagerness and anticipation, but also nervous and a scared. I don't know what to expect. If you could just put these kind of words to that emotion, it's a time of transition. It's eagerness. It's eager anticipation. It's expansion. I'm expanding into a new state of being within my body. I'm ready to tap more into the good thing within me that's trying to grow and expand because I know that's the new vibration that was vibe, that what I need to be vibing at to attract in juicy, fun, good feeling things. So I'd like to spend more time there to allow that to grow within me. The part of me that's just trying to emerge right now and allow in new, positive, uplifting, happy things just continue to grow. So I'm going to allow myself to feel this wobble and this transition into a new state of being and be okay that it's coupled with nervousness, excitement, insecurity, contrast, and good rising. And I'm still eager for more expansion. Many of you today and who will watch this on the replay, you're at this eagerness for a more rapid growth. All that happened in the past is some of you have had that rapid growth and you just felt the tumble of it. So you paused and went, I want slower growth. Then you winded down for a while and went, okay, hold on. I know what it's like. I'm gonna have to move through this contrast, this new state of being, these new thoughts anyway. I'd like a quickened pace. So just put words that I'd like a quickened pace to being a successful business owner. I'd like a quickened pace to being financially solvent. I'd like a quickened pace to being a default expectation of my investments always making money. I'd like to just solidify this new state of being within me. I'd like to feel more comfortable and competent within my own body. I'd like to feel more comfortable and competent with this move I'm trying to make. I'd like to feel more reassured that it's on the right path. I'd like to feel more reassured that it's time for me to stretch my wings and live life with my own point of attraction. I'd like to start seeing that other people are powerful co-creators of their own life as well, and that they can call in what they need. Universe, can you help me fully see and realize that I'm not responsible for other people? If I choose to be in relationship with them, there is a sense of responsibility that we both have of coming together to play how we decide to play together. But I'm ready to see that it's okay if it's hey, it's not, this just isn't vibing anymore. I'd like to see that it's okay to see people as empowered and start showing me the physical results of them manifesting in new people. You guys could even manifest things like that. Show me they'll be okay. Show me, help me feel more reassured. It's getting to those emotional asks that you're asking instead of just, I shouldn't think about them and you'd focus on me, because then your relationship is pushing away and ignoring your thoughts about the other person and what you need to feel better. Instead of just, I would like to feel better about this decision. I intend to feel better about this topic. I intend to move up the emotional guidance list. I intend to feel better. I intend to go higher. That's it. It's as simple as that. And with that, we invite questions from the audience. Oh, guys, sometimes when I channel, hey, Nadia, Nadia, no, you were not the person asking for fertility. Wasn't it like 2 weeks ago? Were you the forgiveness one? I can't remember. Sometimes when I channel guides, it's almost like asleep, and my eyes just like, it feels like there's sleep that kind of forms there. All right, so how you guys doing? And why are there 4 viewers and no likes? What do you guys think of the general? And what are your questions, comments on the general, or questions, comments for free mini reads? Thanks for tuning in to today's rendition of High Vibe Mornings with Spirit and Kelly. Yeah, what are you expanding into, Nadia? Ooh, there was a powder. I could do more general spirit. No, let them simmer on that. They'll soon start asking questions. I'm feeling uneasy with W. Tell me more. I needed that reminder. Yeah, guys, whenever there's that growth phase, just know it always feels like a wobble. The way I like to describe it when I'm on a client call is the example of going to the beach. You were walking on concrete, right? A concrete sidewalk, and then you step into sand. That first step is always a little bit of a whoa. It takes about like 8 steps. Then you're like, okay, I kind of get it. When I push down, I shift a little, and then, 15, 20 steps in, then you're walking faster. Um, so that's how like up levels feel. That's how transitions feel. I'm working on setting up a new business and I'm in the weird in between. Okay, yeah. So that weird in between that I'm feeling your energy right now is the in between of successful is one side. I don't want to say struggle is the other side. It's almost as if you need to become okay with being successful without the struggle. That's the, in the general where they're saying there's a new positive energy within you that's like wanting to come out, that's wanting to become your new state of being. That's yours. It's, I'm ready to feel successful without the struggle. Oh, and Spirit's saying pull some cards on that. Oh, what the fuck? That's an interesting read, man. I want to read up really quick on these cards. This is a new deck. They would tell me to read it intuitively, but I kind of like. Okay. So, on the topic of I'm ready to feel successful without the struggle, like what that is there's a difference between being understood and being loved. And y'all, can you hit that thumbs up button? It makes my day when I see the thumbs up match the number of viewers. Um, so there's a difference between being understood and loved. Understood is where you're like, oh my God, my friend did XYZ, blah, 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 blah. And your other friend goes, oh, they sound selfish. And you're like, oh, okay. It's not just me coming to that conclusion. That person had to see the world, like dropped that person. You're here bitching about your friend, right? That person had to drop down and go, from her point of sounds like she's being selfish. It's like, yeah. Okay, but do you see that drop? That's called understanding. When there's love, it's just like I want a beautiful hike with my friend. Man, it sounds like, wow, that just sounds like you're having a rough time. Sounds like you're having a rough time with like if it's to continue to be an up close and personal friendship or not. Sounds like you're struggling. Sounds like a tough time with how much you want to give versus how much you don't in that friendship. Sounds like you're really trying to figure out where that's like love. Um, and personal example I had is I actually recently called a friend and like I was a little like emotional, just like teary eyed. I was like releasing so much resistance right now. And there was like, I want to talk to you, but I got to admit, I'm not in a place where I can talk about emotions. And it made me go, oh, what are other things I could talk about with her? And it like, so it snapped me out of it, got my mind thinking of like, what else can I talk about? So that's like love. That's like, hey, I want to talk to you. I want to hang out, I want to play, but I don't want to talk about emotions. So okay, so that was just background information, Nadia, and thank you for the likes, guys. Thank you. That was background information for when you're at a place of I want success without the struggle. If you have the struggle, there's so many other people who are going to be able to relate to you. Oh, I feel you, girl. Starting my business was hard too. Yeah, I feel you. Like once you get successful, people just keep asking for money. I know it's hard. Are like, "Oh, I get it. You gotta, like, hustle and grind. You never get a day off." Like, that's looking for understanding versus love. Love is where it's, I was at, a dinner party one time, and the entire conversation, one lady was, "I wanna do this, I wanna do that. I wanna take this class, I wanna read this book." Another lady was, "I wanna go see this art exhibit. I wanna see this one in this state and this one here." And I was like, "I would go to that one." She's like, "You would?" And then these people were, "Oh, I wanna host another dinner party next Friday. Are you gonna come?" Love is like celebrating. It's choosing to focus on someone with positive intent and like celebrating and playing. Okay. So it's you don't quite yet see how you're going to have friends in the new life and the new way of being when your business is successful without the struggle. And I hope the story I shared was example enough. You get other people who are just in the thrive vibration and everyone else who is just like happy and helpful. Hey, soul rebel. Um, so it's just this transition you're going through is also a transition of like vibing at a new level for love and connection and friendship as well. Okay, so struggle without success. So once you get out of the I'm going to try to force and will it into action, right? Because that's when you get people who understand the struggle you went through. And thank you for the hearts who understand the struggle, who get it. Then you're going to switch into this energy of like play, the mystic card, the what do I want to create? How do I want to create it? How do I want to feel on this? Universe, can you show me how to feel better about this topic? Can you show me a more fun way to do it? Can you show me a more enjoyable way to do it? I'd like to get this business going and I'd like to have a fun, smooth time of it and a way where I connect with fun friends along the way. And okay, so it's you got to do that little bit of a switch, but then there's also this energy of the three lotuses here, which is like it's like the card of play in relationships. So it's do you want someone who has your back? Thanks, man. I was down and out. I really appreciate you taking my call when I was downward spiraling. That's understanding. And of course, we want friends who are going to do that. Okay. So, but play is where you don't even get to dip. Okay. It's not that you'll never dip in your life, but it's hey, I know you got your show coming up, so I want to come like how can I help? I want to support you. You want me to help be outside collecting tickets? You want me to do like I want to help. How can I best help? You get that offer of support before the I'm all alone dip happens. Um, so it's also recognizing that like Nadia, for you, you got to make that switch I said, but it's also a play. So the more that you get out in fun friendships who are talking about thriving, talking about ideas, talking about fun things they've just heard, books they've just read, things they want to do, you'll just be vibing at a vibration of like higher. So, which makes anytime, once one of your areas of your life goes like this, the other ones can go like this. Um, okay. And one last kind of theme that's coming up here is okay, what are you trying to say, cards? Play. Oh, there's a little bit too of like detaching from the energy of the business. So if you guys went through like, trauma in your childhood, there's a thing called hypervigilance. And hypervigilance is just when you have like a parent who they may have been abusive, but they also just may have been like not attentive to you. For whatever reason, you as the child, you had to be more attentive to them. So you for your base survival needs, because when you're a kid, you can't do anything, right? You need them to feed you, you need them to clothe you, you need them to wash your clothes, you need them to be like looking out for you. So if you have just a parent who's like a little emotionally unstable, you have to attune to them. And because it's your survival's on the line, if mommy's in a bad mood, I don't get fed. It's called hypervigilance. So instead of you being naturally attuned to yourself, good boundaries is what that's called, tuned into yourself and your personal preferences, you're so used to attuning to them. And it's called hypervigilance when it's to a point to where you're more attuned to them than you are attuned to yourself. Um, so you're going through it. So what happens is when you're adult, you then assume you have to hyper tune to partners, or that if you start a business, you have to hyper tune to the business, And that was like the first time around that I ran my business, I definitely did that. Every day I was like, okay, I must tend to the emotions and the vibrations of my business. It needs me to tend to it every day in order for it to be okay. Do you guys see the parallel? And this time around, I'm like, no, no, no. I need to let my business be its own thing. I need to let my business wants to be successful. My business is literally my life mission. There was a life mission. Someone had to come down to serve my life mission. And my life mission is my Becoming Who You Really Are course, which is available on my website now. I've got the buttons working and everything. I do need to go through and proofread my copy still, but it's available. You can buy it, do it yourself, or you can sign up for a live mastermind with me. And it's for people who think they're like damaged because of their childhood, or they're like, something's missing, I'm damaged. And you want to develop, you want to get rid of that. You want to be able to say no guilt free. You want to be able to feel like a whole, complete, lovable adult. Um, and it's, when all that trauma was going on, you're developing all those inner children, there were also skill sets that you were missing out on. Like boundaries are developed when you're 2. When a kid goes, mine, mine, it's not this is mine, it's mine. It's like, I see this. Oh, it's in my hand. I exist. If you had a mom who, don't be selfish, don't be greedy, you're like, oh, I don't exist. When you're older, you're a people pleaser, you're codependent. Okay, so it's the course that just gives you all those fundamental skill sets that you missed out on when you were younger. That's my life mission, right? Mass consciousness on earth was like, we need someone who will come down and teach us this stuff. When I was in source, it was like, I'm going to come down and live that. I'm going to come down and be the one to build that course. So that means my life, I chose to live being the person to serve this life mission. It has an energy of its own that's separate from me. I don't need to hyper attend to it every day. Do I enjoy doing meditations that where I visualize my audience growing? Do I enjoy sometimes doing rampages of I'm attracting those who are attracting this information? Universe, you know how much energy I have right now, you know the skills and knowledge I have. I'm willing to do my part and to do my part, to do my part, to do my work. But you also know I want to be going to dinner parties. You know I want to be going on dates. You know I'd like to also make room to be a better chef because I want to cook good food for my husband when he comes in. I want to cook good food for like my friends and my family and my kids. Um, so I can't give my business as much time as I gave it the first time. That means I need you to give it to me in a new way. So all of that's a long-winded way of saying, business, you came down for me to be the one serving you. That means I expect you to start having your own life force energy, attracting in the people that are attracting you. I am your humble servant. You want me to start showing up and doing an 11 a.m. show every day? All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, so does that make sense? I resonate with this. Yeah, I have hyperventilate because of physical abuse, hyperventilate symptoms. Well, hyperventilate is a little bit different than hypervigilance. Now I'm a people pleaser. But you can if you're, like, exhausted from hypervigilance, like, you can hyperventilate from that. That's yeah, I mean, that's a whole another separate topic. It makes sense that you could be experiencing that, though. Trying to break out and coming off as a bee. Um, yeah, there's nice ways to reject people for sure. Bottom line is soul rebel, when you develop that self-concept of me, which is like it's either module 1 or module 2 in my Coming to Your Really course, you won't have to be no in an aggressive way. It'll just be like a, "No? Like, why did you even ask me that? Like, that was inappropriate for you to ask me," is more of the energy instead of like a, oh my god, I have to say no, I don't wanna be a bitch, I don't wanna be," like, it's just kinda like a, "Huh?" Like, "No." I went from, like, when I used to go to the gym, I didn't have boundaries developed. Um, I would just always, "Oh, they need the squat rack. Oh, they need the squat rack." This time I walked in the squat rack, I took all the weights off, I cleaned it, I put my stuff next to it, I put my weights on it, but I wanted to go get the spray to clean the bar, and I walked back and this, like, 6'4" guy who's, like, really big was, like, started taking my weights off. I was like, hold on." I was like, "Hey, that was me." He, like, looked me up and down and, like, as if, like, he didn't believe me, and I was like, "Look how low the bar is. That's my height, and look at my stuff right there. I cleaned it. I just came back because I wanted to clean the rack." And he was like, "Oh, okay," and he walked away. And I was like, "Wait, how did I go from that girl who, like, used to have to wait an hour because I was like, 'Oh, they need the weight rack before me,' to now I'm like, 'Hey, excuse me, Mr. 6'4" big muscle guy, that's mine.'" I was like, "It was my mind." Okay, trying to break out and coming off. I own my own business for 20 years and now I'm bored. Leona, tell me more about that. Why are you bored? Soul Rebel, this is awesome. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad this is helping. Nadia, hypervigilance has come up. Yeah, that's spot on. When I'm in a job, I do switch off attuning to myself to sort of cope with the workload. Oh, that's interesting, Nadia. I mean, hypervigilance. Oh, okay. You meant hypervigilance. Okay. Sorry, LOL, but I do stutter. Um, so, Soul Rebel, you know what? I talked about my course. My course, My Life Mission, helps you develop all the skill sets that you missed out on when the trauma was going on. Um, my life work, I obviously believe in it. I obviously love it. It has had a positive, profound effect on all the people who have taken that course, whether do it yourself at home or live with me. Stutter is an indication, though, that there is like that subconscious shadow work, inner child work, EFT work to do. Because the stutter is an indicator that there's like an inner child in there. Um, but Nadia, so I'm waiting for the person who said I'm bored, and I'm waiting for Nadia. Tell me where you're at now, Nadia, after hearing everything I said. Have you done inner child work at all, Soul Rebel? So do you know what I'm talking about when I say that? I had the traumatic event and 3 open heart surgeries. Wow. Doctor said I could never skate again, and I went to skating school and had to give it up, so I don't know what to do now. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a life change. Wow. Leona, let me focus on Nadia since that's where the read was started. So what you said was on the money. I'm building my new business to have more time and freedom for myself. Okay. Did you already give it up, Leona? Mm. So Nadia, I mean, I guess to just kind of be in short and wrap it up, and if someone else wants a read, go ahead and type your question in. Um, it's recognizing that your business is separate from you, and you can visualize the energy of you and the business separating, And you could visualize you still support it, you can still call light to it, you can still think better thoughts about running it and managing it and think better thoughts for it, but it's also business. I expect you to grow on your own. I expect you to start attracting in the people who are attracting you. Like, you're just going through that process, um, and you're building the expectation of, "I get to have play with friends," and it's also knowing that when you have that playtime, it helps your business because when you're, like, thinking about your business, but then you go play, you vibe higher, so when you go back to your business topic, it's still higher, or it will look like this. So you've got it. It's universe, show me how hanging out with friends and having fun and play helps my business thrive. Every time I like go hang out to a dinner party or whatever, I'm always like, oh my God, that felt so fun to be included. When I get the conversation and I hear all the new things I got introduced to, I'm always like, that was so delightful. Those people were so happy and joyful. Next time I come to High Vibe, the next time I'm like, oh, what a wonderful night. High Vibe morning, guys. So like it does help. Okay, soul rebel. Do you mean shadow work? Yes, that is what I mean when I say like some people call it shadow work, some people call it subconscious, some people call it inner child work. It's just so if you have your way of working with it, great, go do it. If not, do you know I do have a free meditation on YouTube. Just type in the word inner child Kelly Lunt and it will come up. Um, okay, so then the other one was Leona. So, universe on board. I don't know what else to do. I had to give up something that I love. I'm adjusting to living in a new way. I'm adjusting in to live in a new way where I don't have the full cardiac health that I used to. I would still like to have fun and enthusiasm though. So you're kind of at the transition point of do you want to live in the yesteryear, the good old days? My youth was so good. I used to have something fun and thriving, but now I can't. Do you want to stay there the rest of your life? Or do you want to go, universe, I intend to go higher on the topic of enthusiasm and eagerness and fun and delight and joy. I intend to go higher. So that means I intend to get to know the new me and I intend to get to know what the new me likes and enjoys doing. I expect to start becoming aware of things that will make me feel happy and joyful. Right now, I'm feeling a little bored in life, and I totally get it. I understand why. And I'd like to start vibrating one up that emotional guidance list at contentment. I'd like to start feeling more content, more satisfied in life. And from here, once you do that, this is called a rampage. And I break this down in my law of attraction course, which is available on my website, kellylunt.com. Um, I want to start feeling more content and more satisfied. Now, your job is to pivot and bring yourself, your awareness to everything that you find satisfying and content in your life. So, for satisfying, you want to find like easy existing matches. Like, well, honestly, I find this desk really satisfying. Like, I find my desk satisfying. I love that it's at an angle. I love that I have like a window right here that lets in lots of beautiful light and that I get a view of the downtown walking bridge. I find this statue from my grandpa really satisfying. I love the ancient philosopher Stoic books, and I've got like a Roman statue. Like I love it. Um, I find this from my grandma. So this is from my grandpa. This is from my grandma, paternal and maternal. Just a pretty girl in a dress that holds my pens. I love that, like feminine, masculine's right there. So you want to just like pivot and get off the topic in a general way that you have it right now. Satisfied, content would look more. Well, I'm so content that I was included in and invited to this dinner party tonight. I'm really looking forward to meeting new friends. I find that I went to the gym yesterday, contentful. It felt so good to say hi to a new guy I've never met before. It was so contentful to have someone spot me. It was so contentful to be able to. I took a 2.5 week break from the gym, but I was able to still squat 175 pounds. So that's a little bit difference between satisfied versus contentful. You just want to like build that vibration for as long as you can. So go ahead and like comment right here. What are some things in your life that you find satisfying and contentful? And then be like, universe, show me how to expand and grow this. I'm ready to start being more productive in my time. I want a greater sense of accomplishment in my life. Accomplishment is the feeling that you're going after. Anyone who's looking for drive, motivation, that's in the force energy of trying to make it happen. The emotion, like if you had more drive and you had more motivation, how would you feel? I would be accomplishing more things. I would feel accomplished. I would feel proud of my success and proud of my achievements. Okay. The new one's my question is, will I be able to remove my mother permanently from my life? She's affected my living situation, even though I live alone. No, I recently met a new therapist and she hypnotized me. She got COVID, so I'm waiting to see her again. That's the most work I've done regarding shadow. Oh, I think hypnotizing does. I've never done hypnosis myself. I was kind of I did it through like what is that like EMDR, EMBDR? That rapid eye movement. I did EFT. I did inner child work. Um, so if you have a trained person that you're working with, like wait for her. You'll be able to like work through that with her. Um, I get sad when I know that the doctors are wrong. If I focus on my strength, I can go back to it. I just stay stuck. Thank you. Oh, wait, does that mean you're trying to go back to running the ice rink, Leona? And guys, we're at the 30-minute mark. So if you want to make sure that I answer your question, now would be a great time to smash the super chat. Again, I do this free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. I always start with a general message and then I follow into free mini reads for people. At the 30-minute mark, I do ask if you guys want the show to continue or 100% want your question answered. I do ask for the $20 super chat then. Thank you for this. I like always want to cry when people just like donate to support the show. That's so sweet. But Leon, I'm curious, are you trying to go back to running the ice rink? My advice would change slightly if that's your point. And Soul, I kind of want to quickly. Oh, that's such a big topic, Soul Rebel. Can you? That's a big topic. I don't think I could even give you a quick 1 minute version answer of that. Like, you always can remove someone permanently from your life. But it's more about what are you gonna call in to replace it with so that you have no, don't worry about being sorry. I just can't give you a quick answer, and I don't necessarily have enough time to, like, attune to your energy to give you the exact next step you need. I'll in terms of the mother, like, how do I remove from my life? That's gonna be a hell of a lot easier to do when you're, "What do I want in my life?" If my mother were out of my life, how would I feel? If my mother were out of my life, what do I now think I would have the time to be able to do that I couldn't do with her in my life? And get that list. Well, I think I would feel this way, and then start calling that stuff in. Because then when you're moving towards something that you do like, oh, I have this new friendship, blah, blah, blah. Oh, my mom called. I'll have to call her later. Versus, no, I don't want her calling me. Does that make sense? So just start. How would I feel if she were out of my life? What do I think I'd be able to be doing? What will I be able to do more shadow work? Will I be playing with new friends? Will I be able to expand in new ways? It's like, okay, universe, start showing me some of those things now. That way you're moving towards something is all. That's like the short, kind of quick, nitty-gritty answer I can give you. And so Leona, you're saying yes. Thank you so much for that super chat. Um, okay, so if you want to buy back the ice rink, and which in this case, you just have to adjust, right? Um, if you can't be the one teaching the class anymore, you could still be the owner of the ice rink. Super chat is a donation to build this channel. I see you having a podcast. My message for you. Oh, interesting. Maybe a podcast, man. Maybe. For now, I really want to grow this. I want this to be the most poppin' live spiritual show Monday through Friday. That's right now my shorter term goal. But I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. This is where you're okay. I get it. I don't have right now, right as of right now, I don't have the heart health to be the one teaching the class. Universe, show me how to get an ice rink where I'm just the one running it. Help me feel comfortable about hiring people to be teaching the classes. Help me feel comfortable being a boss and being a leader. Help me feel comfortable about not having to call in more business to feel comfortable paying for payroll. Does that make sense? Help me feel comfortable taking like a back seat and not interacting with the children as much. Even though the children brought me so much joy, show me the new way that I can experience joy in my business. That's what you're at a state of manifesting. Okay, I'm not, you know, Was it my dad? I don't remember exactly who it was. It might have been my dad. He just like looked at me one time and went, "You know, Kelly, you're the flower, but I'm the roots. You wouldn't exist if it wasn't for me." Right. So the flower is like the people teaching the kids. They get all the credit. They get all the when kids are around town, "Oh, Miss B, you're hi, hi." They're the flower. They get all the credit. They're the shiny object. But the flower needs the branch, needs the bigger branch, needs the solid big branch that's connected to the stem of the tree. I forgot what it's called. The stem needs the roots needs the soil needs the rainwater, right? So it's all needed. You're just show me how to adjust from being the flower of this business and the business owner to being the business owner and the trunk. Stalk of the tree. Oh, it's also called trunk too, the lower part, right? So it's I'm adjusting to seeing the value and the beauty of being the roots and the trunk and the stalk, maybe even a supporting branch. Universe guide me to that. All right, guys, that was a beautiful high vibe morning. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time, if you decide to join. I hope this show helped. And I really appreciate that super chat so much. It makes my day, guys. All right. Love you all. Bye.